Hi there, this is Allison with Let's Go Travel Tips. Today we've got breaking news about a ship sailing into the harbor of San Francisco. And so I want to tell you all about that. And so first of all, a big welcome to all of our Let's Go family members, and also a big welcome to all of you who are new. We are really glad to have all of you with us. And so if there is anyone here who has not subscribed yet, we would like to invite you to subscribe. We'd love to have you here with us, and we really do our best to keep you up to date on everything that is going on with COVID and cruising, and we take you with us when we go on a cruise and try to share just other knowledge that we've had of places that we visit. And so we hope that you'll come along and stay with us. And so like I said, this morning there is breaking news. KTVU, which is a news station there in San Francisco, very early this morning, put up a video and a story saying that the Ruby Princess was sailing into the port there of San Francisco, and that they had received a phone call from a couple stating that there was an outbreak on the ship. They said that they were trying to call the state health department and the CDC and let them know, but they felt like they were getting the runaround, and so now they were calling the news station. And so the couple said that they had been self-quarantining on the ship because they had heard that there were cases, and they were sure that they've got it now too. And so with that knowledge, they also said that there had been an announcement because some of the shows were not able to go on because crew members had been affected. And so now they knew that there were crew members on board with COVID. And so what I would like to, so that was part of what the couple had said when they called in. And then when they were reporting on it, at the very end of the report, the news reporter said, here we are right back where we were in March of 2022. And I want you all to know, if you see that news story or hear someone say that to you, we are surely not back where we were in March of 2022. March of 2020. In March of 2020, we really did not know what was going on with COVID. It was brand new. We didn't have protocols. We didn't have all the knowledge that we have gained in the last 2 years. And we also didn't have vaccines. And so we are in a very different place than we were in March of 2020. I just wanted you all to make sure that, reiterate that you know that for sure. And so the other thing that I would just like to mention about this part of the story is the fact that when you are on a cruise ship, if you're not feeling good, you should call the medical center and have them test you. But just because there are COVID cases on board, don't assume that you have COVID. That's a bad assumption. Right now on the CDC's website, it shows yellow. We all know that on all of the cruise ships, there is at least one case of COVID. And so go in knowing that, but don't assume that you have COVID. And like I said, if you're not feeling well, go ahead and get tested. But unless you get tested and are positive, you don't have to self-quarantine on the ship. Don't be worried about that. And another thing that this really brought home to me is the fact that it's really important before we go on a cruise or we go on a flight or we go anywhere that we need to make sure that we know what is going on, because for a long time now we have known that on all of the cruise ships there is at least one case. And so go forward with your life, but know what's going on. And then the last thing that I wanted to mention to do with this is the couple also said that they didn't think that Princess was always following the protocols. And I want to say that Princess is following the protocols. The cruise lines are following the protocols. I have seen this firsthand myself on the 2 cruises that we have been on since the restart. I continually hear from people in the comments and on our lives who say that they just got off of a ship and the cleanliness and keeping up with protocols was amazing. And on top of that, the cruise lines are keeping the protocols because not only do they have to report to the CDC, even if they didn't have to report to the CDC, they would be staying on top of these protocols because they want to keep their crew and their passengers safe. That is always number one with the cruise lines. And so, yes, they want to make money, they want to be able to sail, but they know that they have to keep their crew and their passengers healthy and safe. And so don't be thinking that the cruise lines are cutting corners on that, because they're not. And so So I wanted to put that out there also. Now I was really pleased. So this morning, like I said, at about 5:30 San Francisco time, Pacific time, is when they put that story out. Just at 9:30 Pacific time, they put another addition to this story up online, which I was really happy to see. I think it's very responsible of them to follow up when they were clearly reporting this in a sensational way. In their early reporting, that even said, when she docks, we don't know what to expect, we don't know what will happen, and that was just a little silly. And so in their updated story, they have the information. It says that Princess Cruises sent an email stating that they randomly tested 25% of the roughly 700 passengers on board and found that 12 were positive with coronavirus and that all had no or mild symptoms. And the ship was sailing at about 1/3 capacity. And so I thought that that was very, very responsible of Princess to go ahead and do that. I don't know that they're always doing that. I think that they were trying to do that just to make sure. I don't know if they were doing it in response to this story or anything. I just really think that it's amazing that they went ahead and did that testing. They tested 700 people again, and that there were only 12 passengers who tested positive, not 12%. And so the other thing that I thought was really awesome that they included in this story was the fact that they talked to a couple of passengers coming off the ship, and they said that the passengers they spoke with said that they felt very safe the entire time and that they had a great time. Another passenger, his name it says was Joe Donnelly. He said that there was plenty of room to get around, that everybody seemed to be happy. They didn't see any problems, that they noticed that everything was kept very clean, that all of the protocols were followed. And he said that he described an atmosphere on the ship where everyone wore masks and there were plenty of wash basins around. So everyone was following the protocols. It was great. And so I think that this is just reassures us as we think of what we hope they are doing on the cruise ships right now. They are doing. They are taking really good care. They are being really careful. They are doing everything that they need to do. That ship did come into port and it is leaving again today on another amazing sailing. And I wanted to let you know, our family members, Let's Go family members, Code 4 for Life, they have got their own YouTube channel as well. They are embarking on a cruise on the Ruby Princess today, and so we'll be really excited to hear what their updates are, but I know that we all just expect another wonderful cruise. And so as you all prepare to cruise, make sure that you know what's going on. Don't let the news stories rattle you. I think that when we decide, like I've said before, when we're going to cruise, you don't need to be afraid because of a news story. You need to be aware of all of the facts. You need to be careful with your own health. If you have like a pre-existing condition and your doctor doesn't feel like this is a good time to sail, that's a reason not to go. And also if you don't feel good inside about it, those are the reasons that we wouldn't be sailing now. But surely not because places are putting out news stories that make us nervous. And so I just wanted to let you know that. So if you've got any experiences or anything you would like to share in the comments, we would love to hear from you. If you've got any questions, I'll do my best to answer them, and maybe other Let's Go family members, if you know the answer and I don't, you can jump in and lend your expertise as well. That would be awesome. So if you have appreciated this video and these updates, will you please give this video a thumbs up? I really appreciate all of you. And also, I will be talking to you all again really soon. You all take really good care. God bless you. Love you. Bye-bye.